I am back after a pretty big goofy break, I guess. I don't know. I've come back a different man than I was before. Um, I don't know. There isn't much difference. I think the only difference from like this freaking month is I don't know. I started watching Dragon Ball because of Toriyama's death and some other animes. Hajime no Ippo, fire. But anyway, that's not important. One Piece is also pretty good. Um, that we're not here to talk about anime today, guys. So we'll talk about anime another day. But today, I'm just doing a nice, simple, old story time type of video, like what Scrubby used to do. I don't know. I've just been watching his videos. I love Scrubby. I don't know. I think he might actually be the greatest of all time YouTuber. So I'm just gonna do a type video that he did, which is me getting detention, getting sent to the slammer. This is about a year ago. I really am hitting on status. I'm getting old. I really have to talk to my friends sometimes. I really have to go like, oh, back in my day, oh, I got sent to detention or what? Oh man, I'm old now. I'm like retired. Shaq in the Celtics, basically. But yeah, that's basically what I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling very old, very wise old man. My back has been hurting. My back's always been hurting. But yeah, let's get right into me getting detention, getting sent to the slammer. It was pretty goofy situation. So basically, I had this class, right? Obviously, I'm still in freaking school, so obviously I still have this class. Or I don't have it anymore, but like at the time, I had this class, and it was it was my last hour. It was my 7th hour, and it was like across the entire school. Like I had to like take a whole journey down the entire school just to get to this class from my last class. I forgot what it was, but this my 7th hour was woodworking, and that class was just such a joke that nobody took that class serious. I can make a whole nother video just talking about that class and all the weird things that happened in that class. At one point we were playing hide and seek, no joke. We were actually playing hide and seek in that class, but that's not the point of this video. We can talk about that another time. But so basically, since this class was a joke and the class was like super far away, I would basically never show up, kind of a little bit on purpose, I'm not gonna lie. Or I would be late. I wouldn't show up, but I would be late a lot. And my school rules is, I think it's like when you're late like 4 or 5 times, they give you 1 detention. Or like it's like the 6th time you're late or the 5th time you're late, you get your detention. And one semester I ended up being late like 9 times. I was close to getting suspended. I'm pretty sure it was like 9 or 8 times I was late. So yeah, it was getting pretty bad. And I got sent down to the office because I wasn't doing my detentions, because I didn't even know I had detention at this point. But they sent me down to the office. They had to send me down to this freaking office. And they're like, why aren't you doing your detention? Dude, this is old grumpy lady. This old grumpy owl lady. I would be calling her so many curse word names right now, but I can't. But this old grumpy owl lady was like, oh, why aren't you doing a detention? I was like, oh, I don't know. I didn't know I had them. I thought you needed to like get like this little detention slip thingy. And then she was like, you don't get detention slips. That's only for like, I don't freaking know. And she was like, all right, we send you an email. And later, I checked my email. I did not get an email. That lady is lying. So how the freak was I supposed to know that I had this detention? This whole week of detention. I had like 5 detentions or 4. And this lady was like, go to detention tomorrow. We're going to suspend you. So I think it was that day, like literally like after that, after she talked to me, because I was in my 7th hour. She talked to me and she was like, oh, just stay in this freaking corner. And that day I was like, oh, this freaking sucks. But like, I have to go to detention, really? Like, I didn't even know school still did that anymore. I thought they just like, I don't know, suspended you or something. So yeah, I'm just waiting there in the office. I go to the little detention class. Each day is a different teacher classroom. I don't know why, but I mean, I guess like teachers volunteer or something. And it was like this like big old bald dude. He looked like I don't know, like Eggman or something. And it's like the way that the class was built was like really weird, but I'm gonna have to like find a picture of like the layout or something, because it's kind of hard to explain. But there's like little like step floors, and like the desks are really big. I don't know, I'm gonna have to find a picture, but basically it was super easy for me to just go on my phone and play games. I was playing like Game Pigeon, I think, and Pac-Man. He like they let you use your computer, and he's like, oh, do your homework. And like I think they do like walk around, or at least like the teachers like walk around and like see if you're doing homework. So I just like switch my tabs from Pac-Man to friggin' my homework. And so I was just freaking playing Pac-Man and Game Pigeon on my phone the whole time. It was a pretty nice, goofy, fun class, I guess. Not really a class, but yeah. Next thing you know, like 30 minutes later, so these like the buffooligans, I think, like just come out of nowhere, super late, and like they just sit down. You have to sign in. They signed in, and they start doing their buffoonigan things, which is like I don't know how or what they like picked up, but it was like this big metal bar, and like somehow they just freaking picked it up and just threw it at like one point, and they were being like super nosy, or not nosy, they were being super loud and rowdy, I guess, and like the teacher was getting all upset. He was like, don't do that. And then apparently the teachers could not give you your detention hour, because he was like, I'm not gonna give you your detention for this, I'm not gonna give you your hour. And then like he's like, might as well just leave, and they got kicked out. So these kids, first day I was there, these kids got freaking kicked out. And then the second day, I don't remember. I don't think I remember anything. But I do remember the third day, we had this, it was some like German teacher, and these like freaking kids, like I had like pretzels or like goldfish or something, and they just like spilt it everywhere. And like at one point, this other kid like said something about a Jew or a Nazi or something. I think he like mentioned a book, and I will get to that later why I know that. But apparently I didn't hear anything. I had my AirPods in, I was listening to music. But then apparently the teacher heard Nazi, and she got super offended and mad. It's like, oh, I'm not giving you your hour too. So that was that. But then later I was walking behind the same kid when we were leaving the school, and some other kid asked him, yo, did you actually like mention a Nazi? Did you call her a Nazi? I think that's what the teacher said. He's like, no, dude, I'm being so serious. I just saw like some book about a Nazi on her shelf or something. And so that's, I guess, I don't know how true that is or not, but apparently it was just a book about a Nazi. And then the fourth day, it was so weird, because so there's this thing, like there's like this club I'm not gonna mention, because I think you can probably find the school if I do mention it, but like there's this club to get your little hours, your service hours. We have to do freaking community service hours. I know it's pretty lame, but I was actually in that club, and that same teacher that like has that like that is like the leader of the club or whatever was in that her classroom. So my friends literally pulled up to that detention, and we were just messing around the whole time. I was blowing up balloons. That was probably like the most fun detention ever. Oh, what a bad punishment. Oh, boo-hoo. No, don't send me to a class with my freaking friends in them and make me blow up balloons. So I don't know. I don't know what the thought of that was. They really just gave me an extra hour to hang out with my friends in that class for detention as a punishment. But yeah, nothing. That's basically it. I don't remember what happened on freaking Tuesday, but yeah, that nice little story for you guys right there of my time in the slammer in the good old detention. This is back in my old young age, when I was a lot more energetic and had a lot more things and more of a devious miscreant. But yeah, I don't think I get in trouble too much anymore. Maybe I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I do. I don't really talk anymore. There's like the teachers like really like plotted on my freaking schedule, made sure I didn't have any friends in any of my classes. But I mean, the year's about to end, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, subscribe so I can drop a song at 1,000 subs, or no joke, no scam, you're gonna have detention for the rest of the school year, and there's like 2-3 weeks for you guys left, and me as well. I don't think you want that. But yeah.
Subscribe.